Assalamualaikum everyone, welcome back to this YouTube channel Mir Academia, and this is Hamza Mir. Well, my today's video is our next unit from our Pakistan Studies History P1, that is right after the Shimla Deputation that we have made earlier. So let's see that what our today's unit is all about. Well viewers, here we have the topic right there on the screen, that is the formation of Muslim League in 1906. I'll start with a little introduction of this political organization, that how it was formed, and then we'll move towards the major question of this topic. Well, after Shimla Deputation, the Muslim leaders, they held meetings to discuss the possibility of forming a political association. The start of such an organization existed in the form of Sir Sayyid's Muhammadan Educational Conference, which later turned as All India Muslim League. The conference had regular annual meetings, and the annual sessions of 1906 was held at Dhaka. Many prominent Muslim leaders, they attended the meeting. After the conference meeting, Nawab Salimullah, the 4th Nawab of Dhaka, organized a discussion at his residence on 30th December 1906. The objective of this discussion was to look at the possibility of forming a political association for the Muslims. The president of this meeting was veteran Waqarul Mulk, who had worked tirelessly for the Muslim cause. The concept of a political organization was not new to the Muslim leaders. In his presidential address, Nawab Waqarul Mulk said that the Congress political activities were continuing at the cost of Muslims, and Sir Sayyid's early warning to the Muslims not to become Congress member had been proved right. According to the figures, the Muslims 1/4 of the population of India at that time. In case if the British left India, the Muslims would come under the Hindus' domination. Therefore, a strong political forum must be formed to give a voice to the Muslim needs and demand. The Muhammadan Educational Conference later converted into All India Muslim League. Well, this is something that we have related to the introduction. Now we'll move towards one of the major content or a question of this topic. So let's see that what our today's topic is. Well viewers, as you could see the question earlier, that why the Muslim League was established in 1906. So we are going to discuss about those identified reasons related to this question. We know that in a 7-mark question, we write at least 3 identified reasons with explanation. So we will discuss all those one by one in our upcoming slides. The first one that we have right here on the screen is to counter the influence or the growing influence of the INC, means Congress. So let's see that what bullets that we have in this one. The first one we have over here is the acceptance of Shimla Deputation and partition of Bengal by the British. Although British accepted both, as we know that in Shimla Deputation they've granted the separate electorate to the Muslims as well as the 1/3 seats in the council. On the other side, the partition of Bengal brought Muslims out of the oppression of the Hindus, and they were being dominant in the East Bengal. But on the other side, the Muslims community, they still felt that they lacked the influence that Hindus had gained through their control of the Congress. As Hindus were in majority, on the other side the Muslims were in minority, these two acceptance were still not enough. When we talk about the INC, the mass protests that they have showed in the form of Swadeshi movements and the strikes all over the subcontinent was very much shocking for the Muslims. So this is one reason that indeed the declared aims of this new organization, Muslim League, was to counter the growing influence of the so-called INC. Moving towards our second identified reason, here we have on the screen, which is to represent the Muslim views in front of British. So let's see what content we have in this one. The first one we have over here is related with the INC, Indian National Congress, which was established in 1885. INC used to claim the representative of all the communities in India. They decided to put the views of all communities in front of British regardless religious differences. But it mainly worked for the Hindus and put forward the interest of Hindus only. This led Muslim leaders to believe that it was more vital or even more vital to establish their own political organization. So another aim of the Muslim League was to ensure that the Muslim views must be represented to the British, and for that they need their own political organization. This is our second identified reason that why the Muslim League was established in 1906. Moving towards our third identified reason, we have the success of Simla Deputation, another reason for the formation of Muslim League. Well, I have already made a complete video on Simla Deputation earlier. If you haven't watched that video, please kindly go to my channel and watch it. If you haven't subscribed it, please kindly subscribe it once. Coming back towards my paragraph, that why the success of Simla Deputation became the reason for the formation of Muslim League. Point number one is, well, the Simla Deputation was a huge success for the Muslims. Their demands of separate electorate and to get more seats in elected bodies were accepted by the then Viceroy Lord Minto, although Hindus were the one who called it as undemocratic. Their success of Simla delegation made them realize that the organized efforts were more successful for them. And they realized that for more organized efforts, they have to create their own political organization. This is the reason they have created a new political party named as the Muslim League in 1906. Well, viewers, here we have the fourth and the last identified reason of this question, and that would be to contest election or to be the part of the Legislative Council. So let's see what we have over here. The first one is related to the Liberal Party. We know that there were two prominent parties over there in England. One of them was Liberal Party. The second one was the Conservative Party. Liberal Party won the elections in 1906 in England and decided to give more representation to Indians through elections. They decided to expand the council members, including more Indians over there. On the other side, when we talk about the Muslims, they were the one who wanted to be the part of the Legislative Council and they wanted to contest these elections as well. So to be the part of the Legislative Council and to contest elections, Muslims needed a political party. This is the reason they decided to create the Muslim League. Well, viewers, as we have seen all four identified reasons that should be the part of this question, and you have to make all these four paragraphs to get the complete marks, I would conclude this topic with a little conclusion over here. Well, it can be said that the Muslim League was a response to the Hindu reaction to the partition of Bengal and subsequent Congress activities. Initially, even Muslims have not joined Congress on Sir Sayyid's advice. They had not been against it. But as time passed, the Congress began to show itself as a purely Hindu party. Naturally, the Muslim leaders had turned their backs to the Congress and put their energies into creating their own political association. The positive effect of Simla Deputation must also be kept in mind. United action was seen as a most potent force by the Muslims. Well, viewers, this is the end of our topic. I hope that you people have liked the video. Please kindly don't forget to subscribe the channel and please do watch the other videos as well. Inshallah, we will meet in another video next time. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.